tell they say, real in every way.
Hi, my name is Ty, and I am a fashionista.
Hi, my name's Dolly Wright, and I'm a singer, but I waitress for a living.
Hi, I'm Alicia, aka Catalina Winehouse, with HE.
Start over.
There you go, test mic. Welcome to Honeybees. And
so you can hear us now? You can hear us? We're for real.
Yeah, say hello there.
Welcome back. I know. And like what we were saying, we want to welcome our friend Tab over here who is missing last week.
Welcome back,
because he has too much boyfriends.
That was because I had too much boyfriends. For sure. I got my...
She always has a lot of entertainment.
Agenda got a little fouled up. I showed up at the wrong time, which was usually the right time, but we had switched it and I had forgotten.
Yeah, I know.
So... This time I'm here at a different time and was early.
Oh, well, let's talk about that because normally we do our shows at 5 o'clock, but because of the changes of schedule, we changed it to 4 o'clock, but then we changed it back to 6 p.m. Only this time because we have a beautiful guest host today's
I
show.
know, I'm excited.
Me too.
I feel like you put her in here to be cuter than me, though. I'm not too sure I really care for that.
You know, you're always cute.
Yes,
I know, but I feel like sometimes you try to knock me down a notch or two by sticking somebody pretty on the show.
And I'm always, I'm always prettier than you.
Good.
You're always pretty. Okay, let's stop this conversation before it gets out of control.
I'm gonna cut it off right here. We are all beautiful queens on here.
Oh, here goes Dolores bringing God into it.
Yes. And we got a beautiful guest too. Oh, yes, she's beautiful.
Anyways, guys, I wouldn't be able to see all my followers and viewers, but anyways, we start Honeybees all the time with how's our week went, and I really wanted to know this, and I waited to be on camera to know about the movie. Is that a secret about the movie that you filmed last week? That I was supposedly there, but
so you're already fired before you got started.
Yeah, because I don't like to be on stage, honestly. Especially acting is not my best asset. I don't know how to act, so I have to create an excuse.
Well, you were successful. He already doesn't want to work with you now. No, I'm teasing. I didn't say anything to him, but he doesn't work with unreliable people, so that'll create a problem.
No, I am called unreliable. Now,
Unreliable, right?
I really work, and plus I can actually make, even though I work, I know how to,
finagle a thing or two to get out of, no doubt.
But I was so happy. But
we didn't do last Friday wasn't a taping; it was auditions.
Oh, it's auditions.
So, and the part that I wanted you to do is one, just for like a minute or maybe two of standing there, and then another one where you had like a line or two, and that was it. So it's really nothing hard. No, but if you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. So we're not going to worry about it again.
Not even a line. It will take us 8 hours to do a line for me. So
no, it wouldn't, because it's also he works with people improvising. So you could actually be a little bit of yourself. Don't fuck it up though, and then be able to do something. So in essence, I'm working with this producer. We're going to be starting to film for an actual movie, and then we're doing some things that are being that we're getting ready to, I can't think of the word, like I apologize, I can't think of the words. But you know when you get like reels together, little snippets of things, and then you submit it to a company. So we're going to be submitting, to somebody like the CW or whatever to have them pick up a show. So pitch. Thank you. Good job. I like her. She knows words, right?
Yeah, she's an
So
actress.
anyway,
Yes,
so I had
yes.
I'd asked Maria if she would, be interested in doing a certain part. She said yes, then she backed out. So we're over
I didn't
that.
back out,
Maria's
I worked.
fired. Well,
I've been fired before.
but you didn't show up. Right. She's like, I've been fired before. You didn't show up after you got done. I told you we'd still
Maria,
be there.
you got fired. You're fired.
Maria's fired.
And I
Anyway.
like that because I'm really, really like.
Other
I don't
than a
wanna
pain in the ass,
act.
what are you?
I don't want to act. I don't want to act.
It's really not hard though. Well,
It is
kind of
hard
hard,
for
but
me.
it's acting is not
I
too
remember
terribly hard.
when we started actually creating promo video for Maria and Joe Live TV.
Yeah.
I just have one line, and it took us from 8 a.m. in the morning to like 4 p.m.
I guarantee you.
I was like, oh, I'm so
This gentleman
sorry.
would not waste his time on all that. It would get done in a lot more than a fucking day. But anyway, so Maria's fired. We're not worried about Maria being in any movie now. We're not. But Chanel is. Chanel
Oh, amazing!
did her little
Congratulations.
thing. So
That's nice.
anyway, you were supposed to play her mom, just quietly in an elevator. But whatever, we're done. We're over.
Oh,
Anyway,
I'm
so that's all
sorry,
that
Chanel.
happened. Right. And I even told her. Now I was like, well, Maria's busy. But anyway, it's not a big deal. I love you all the same.
I
You just
know.
can't do this.
Of course,
That's
yes.
all.
That's not my mantra.
Well,
That's not your
everybody
mantra.
has a certain situation that we always don't be.
Oh
the
well,
fit
tell
for
your
some
boss.
things.
I can be his assistant director and producer.
He works with reliable people though that don't.
Oh well,
pretend
I'm
that- no,
reliable. I'm reliable. Not
She's
only.
like, I'm reliable.
Not
I just
on
couldn't
the
do that.
acting part. I am unreliable on the acting part. Okay, just
I'm not too sure that you're guys'
Well, I
person.
can act all right. Right now, I'm your model. You get your butt out there and you go do your shows and you do your work right now.
Whose
and
friend
I'm-
is this?
Right now.
Where did you find her? Whose friend is this? Dolores.
I'm a friend of hers.
Right. She's like, I'm a friend of Maria. I'm not sure that yours and his personalities are going to mesh yet, actually.
really.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm getting to know him a little bit more
I
to
know
see
how
if.
to work that out. Though.
How do you work that out?
Oh.
Because, girl, let me watch. I need. I'm always looking for the latest, Anyway, so I don't know. You guys will meet. I'm positive of it. Because, you said you've got stuff going on. He obviously does stuff, and eventually it'll happen. But
And by the
clearly
way-
Friday night was not the one.
And by the way, we're looking for writers, actors, camera people. We are gonna be having drones for our comedy drama series coming up soon.
You
So go
cracked
on
me
our
up with
Facebook.
that. She's like getting drones. It's not
That's
enough
very
to
nice.
have
I'm
a
getting
camera. She
drones.
wants a
That's
drone.
nice.
Like I dig it and
Yes.
stuff. But yeah, so anyway.
I'm getting drones. I'm so excited.
You're kind of retarded, but I totally dig it.
Why? You know,
Because you're just retarded.
No,
I
she
seen-
is completely normal.
I seen all those movies. I
okay.
seen all those movies where they film them from above, and it's beautiful. That's why
No, it is cool, but
That's why I decided to get some drones.
okay, I got it. I love it, Maria. You
So it's
just
gonna
cracked
be
me up.
floating everywhere
I know, right?
in space.
Anyways, so your week went well.
Oh my gosh. So last week, maybe the week, I don't know, sometime last week or so,
We talk about that on
that my friend
Hot
had
Chicks.
that talk with me that I need to calm down. I'm doing too much naughty stuff. So I've been like good for like a
Good.
week now.
That's good.
I'm trying to get more sleep.
Good.
I'm trying to sleep, guys. I'm trying to sleep. I have not been out running around.
You know what?
I mean, I do the regular stuff,
Just
but
just
you know.
focus. Just focus on your boss because he looked good.
You're so sweet. I appreciate that. So that's exactly what
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, let me calm
think
down.
you're
Tad's
going on the
probably
right
doing a little too
direction.
much, but
You're going on the right direction.
it sure makes for a boring life.
Just
She's going to be the only one doing the show in a minute. You're like wild today. She's
I'm not.
wild today.
Oh my
you
God.
are. You're extra feisty.
Oh, you really?
Yeah.
Good. Yay.
I like it, but I don't like it. I'm going to have to tame it because
Oh
I
my
don't know if I
God.
can
Oh
I
my
can
God.
manage with
she
it.
doesn't like me. But anyways,
You're stupid.
yeah. So anyways, how's your week, Dolores?
Dolores, how was your
My
godly week?
My week is always a blessed week, and it's not a boring life. Amen. Everybody has
Amen.
a different lifestyle, and you don't know what the future is going to hold. And I shut up about that. You don't know what the future holds.
You know,
'Cause
it's
God may
really-
have something up his sleeve for me.
You know, it's really funny because we just finished her show.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the Christian's show, and even though I felt like when I was filming it,
Yeah.
it's only Dolores, but I felt like there's 100 people around her.
Oh,
That's how it felt.
so you brought all the spirits and energy.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
she it was
I dig
like
it.
she was like, I don't normally say amen behind the camera, but I'm saying
Oh, you
yes.
had her saying amen?
Oh, yeah, she was whipping out with like, whoa, yeah, go,
And
girl.
and then the viewer says amen. They're like they're
Right.
typing it. It's really
Right.
cool. It's,
Oh my gosh,
it's
you're
really
so funny.
cool. Yeah,
That's awesome.
I know. I was like, oh,
Like you're
gosh.
gonna convert her eventually, maybe.
Please don't.
And never know.
She's
Never
like,
know.
please don't.
But you
I
know
can't
what? Be
take it.
me. It'll be God. God's the one that's the turner.
Are you listening to this? Are you listening to this?
I am listening. I'm
Okay, God's gonna
yeah,
convert
good
you, girl.
But anyways, yeah. Well, that's our week for this week. We have.
That's the
actually-
best we're gonna say.
Yeah, we have.
Because I'm a good girl now.
Yeah, yay.
Oh my God. So hold on a minute.
Applause.
So I'm
Applause.
exaggerating that I'm a good girl, but I did slow down this week. But listen to this. So the gentleman that had this heart to heart with me called me today when I was getting ready to leave the house. And I was going to go to Target and I had to get Kyle from work. And then I had to come here. And he called and he's like, do I owe you an apology? And I'm like, no, sir, you're okay.
You should say
And-
yes.
Well, he didn't, though. He didn't owe me an apology. And so
Well,
we had a
Well,
conversation.
he should still.
No.
Yeah, well,
There-
I like
no.
I like when they say
When
the
they
apol-
apologize
Yeah,
when it's
even
not
though-
necessary.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that about you. I totally know that about you. But no, there was no reason for him to apologize.
Hey, what is his name?
I can't say because it's
You
private.
have to
Oh,
apologize.
right.
It doesn't
What's
matter.
his name? Anonymous? Like mine was anonymous next week, last week.
She's trying to use big
Anonymous.
words.
It doesn't-
Anonymous? Okay,
It
so we
doesn't
can
matter,
call
yeah.
him Mr. Anonymous if you'd
Mr.
like to use
Anonymous.
that word.
I like that.
Okay, so Mr. Anonymous wanted to make sure that I wasn't
But I
mad.
know who it is. Mhm.
And then she doesn't. She has no idea. She only
I
knows the
just
naughty men. She doesn't
played.
know this one.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God. I have to tell you guys. So my phone is propped up a little bit today just because I've got my little lipstick bag here and whatnot. And so somebody
just
just
goes-
private messaged me and I was like, well, what do you want to do on Wednesday night? They just said the most gross stuff and Dolores just was like, whoa. Okay, anyway.
Well,
So
tell
for
them-
Dolores,
Tell them that we have a show.
don't
at
look at my
Chanclas Cantina.
he already knows that.
Oh, okay.
He already knows. But anyway, I don't even remember
Is
what
he
I was
gonna
going to
show
say about it.
up?
But anyways,
No.
okay. Anyways, guys, behave because we have a show coming up.
You guys got me off track. I can't even think and stick to my story.
First impression, guys. That is
Hmm.
our topic for today. First impression. Do you guys actually fake it to make it, or do you? Are you showing, who you are, or
Fake it to make it on a
Yeah,
first
wow.
impression.
Yeah, the first
What
impression.
would you be faking?
Interesting.
Oh, you can fake a first impression, like you're gonna act
What,
like
that you're a
not
good person
yourself.
or something?
Anyway,
Oh.
anyhow,
I gotcha.
whatever, yeah.
Okay.
Or how is it important to actually put out a first impression out there? We're gonna be talking about, because we have a beautiful lady. She's an actress. Her name is Tonya Todd. And she's gonna be coming out here because she's an actress. She knows about first impression, because that's what you do when you actually showing your face on camera. You are
I
an
hope she
actress.
teaches
Awesome.
me some
Awesome.
things because
Oh,
I'm
she
brand new to this
will.
world.
You are brand new.
I did learn that I have to act right. Like when I'm doing business,
You mean you
I
can't
have
misbehave?
Not all the time.
Oh,
Not all the.
man.
There's a time and a place
no
for it,
fun.
from what I understand. I know,
I
Dolores.
like to be on the spot that I want to be a bad girl. Why should I always be a good girl?
Dolores. I don't even think Dolores knows what being a bad girl is, and I don't think she wants to be taught either. But anyway, so I was like, we were at this thing on Friday. We ran through the rehearsal. We did whatever, did some auditions, decided a little bit more about what we're going to do. And then we go up onto this patio that overlooks the city. And this is a spot where there's barbecues and lounging areas and fireplaces and whatnot. And then I'm introduced to people, but I don't know who they are. And I don't necessarily worry about it either. But had I been just out and about town, I would have said something snarky. I would have said something inappropriate. I would have said something risky. Thankfully, I was working and I didn't say anything like that, although I thought it. I kept to myself, which was good because these people are backing a movie that he's doing. And I'm like, oh, shoot. Oh, that's the paycheck? Woo, I was lucky I was on my Biscro behavior. So
She was like,
Yes,
cha-ching,
girl.
I know, like I could have totally
Cha-ching.
fouled something up
cha-ching,
had I.
cha-ching, cha-ching.
Oh God, you guys are gonna have me go home.
Anyway,
You guys are too wild today.
But anyways, we will be right back, guys. Don't go away because we're gonna have our guests on our next segment.
Yay!
Yes.
Live streaming on social media is the best new way to interact and bond with your community. Do you love to encourage, motivate, and empower others, but you do not know how? Well, your opportunity starts with us on social media shows. We have 20 shows a week live streamed across the globe, with a reach of over 80,000 and growing. So you can host your own show, and you can be anything you want to be. So let's bring the community together, and let's bring the world to you. Join us now.
We are now reaching our second year anniversary on our inspirational, educational, and entertainment programmings. As part of our journey, we are so grateful to announce that our programs are now available to watch live in real time on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Periscope. A big appreciation to all our followers, viewers,
A fairy tale they say, real and every.
Have you ever done voiceover? Because you have a fantastic voice.
Oh, that sounds fun, but no, I haven't.
Welcome
but-
back to Honeybees. I'm sorry. Yes, you have a fantastic voice. It's amazing.
Oh, it's too late now. We already missed the compliment.
Oh no, it was actually I already turned on the mic.
She's like, no, it was there. Very cool.
But
Very
anyways,
cool.
welcome to Honeybees Women Empowerment Show, and we have our beautiful actress out here, and she's also an author.
I'm
welcome.
surprised you could say that word.
Oh,
That was a big word for you.
really?
Like just the pronunciation of it.
Really?
Yeah, I was
Shut up.
excited to
Shut
see how
up.
you did good. Take
Oh,
the
thank
compliment.
you. Oh, should I say thank you? Thank you.
Yes, you
Oh,
should
okay.
say thank you. But this
Okay.
is you. Your name is Tonya Todd.
It is.
That's a fantastic
It
name. It sounds like a porn name to me. I love it.
Well, it was
She's
the
like,
name on
no,
her
it's not a
certificate."
porn name, not at all.
Behave now, behave.
Okay, now I'll behave. I suppose.
Well, welcome
I
to
suppose.
our show, Honeybees, Tanya,
you.
and thank you for gracing our show.
We're
Thank
so
you for having
happy
me.
to have a real girl.
A real-
Like, because the three of us.
You usually have dolls?
Well, we just need, I don't know. We need something different than the three of us a lot of the time. And that's what we're stuck with. So, we're happy to have you.
How did you guys come up with the name Honeybees?
I used to have a show called Musician Loves Honey, and then it's ended. So that is actually our show is I was with a musician, he's a guy, and then it's more of a funny talk show, only me and him, and we invite different musicians in town. And then when it ended, we created the women empowerment, which is we are honeybees.
And
So-
so buzz and buzz and buzz and stir
Yes.
everything up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is so right. Like nobody's ever said that, but yeah, that's totally it. Totally it.
Well, thank you for actually noticing that. You're the first guest who actually asked that question.
I guess nobody else cares where the name came from.
Well,
But yeah.
anyways, so tell us more about this book that you have. Do you have a book? I meant.
I do have a book that I am currently querying.
Nice.
So I have one. It's really a manuscript. It's not a book yet.
Oh, okay.
So I have an unpublished manuscript that I am currently querying. I have a nonfiction proposal that I just began querying, and that's for a different book. It's about my blog 52 Love, which is, it's one tip per week in bite-sized pieces to help committed couples improve intimacy.
Ooh.
That is so
I
up
think
my
I need
alley. Right. I have a problem with over intimacy. She has a problem with having intimacy. So if you could just bring the two of us to some sense of normalcy, that would be fantastic. So you have a blog, and say the name of it one more time if you don't mind.
It's 52 Love.
52 Love.
But
So
it's on my website. If you just go to my website and go to Sin City Cinephile, 52 Love is one of the tabs.
that is so fun. I didn't know all this about you. I'm excited that
I
you're
know,
here
me
even more
too.
now.
Nah.
Wow, a relationship counselor almost. That's fun stuff.
Well, I write a lot about love, and so a lot of the things that are in my stories have made their way into the blog. It's like, ooh, he did this. Ooh, she did that. Well,
Right.
it worked on
Wow.
my characters, so maybe it'll work on your life.
Yeah,
Where do you
why
find
not?
the inspiration for your characters and their shenanigans or their lack of them or whatever, their escapades?
Just life in general will inspire me. Sometimes I'll see a couple, you'll see maybe two 80-year-old people, and they're holding hands, and it's just you get touched by that. Or you see two people who look like they don't get along at all, but you know that their sex life is amazing. You just see this fire and passion, but there's all this friction with them, and
Right.
you can find inspiration anywhere. It can be in the middle of a conversation.
Yeah.
You could hear two people talking and be like, "Ooh, I'm going to steal that phrase," and that's
Yeah.
going to be for one of my characters.
Yeah. Oh, that's.
So I don't really ever have to look for inspiration because it finds me. The muse finds me.
I love that. Do you write romance novels then? What do you write?
I don't. I write love stories, but I make
But
no
it's not
promise
a
of a
romance.
happy ending. So it's
Aw.
not a romance. There might be a happy ending.
Right, there could
but there
be.
might not be.
I feel you on that.
I don't like
Some
happy
end well,
endings.
some are questionable, and some.
I don't like happy endings.
You just
Whenever
like endings?
happy endings. I don't like happy endings. Whenever I watch a movie and it's happy ending, I'm like, that's not real.
Right, and that's
Not
why I don't
real.
write romance, because there's a formula and you always know how it's going to end, and I want my readers to wonder how it's going to end.
And
I
love
want
that.
them to root for a happy ending.
Oh God, now I'm
but
gonna be
understand if
following.
it doesn't.
Right,
I'm gonna be
right.
following your blog now because that's how I want to see.
Well, the
story.
blog is all about the happy ending, though. The blog is about finding that happy ending and improving
Working
intimacy.
towards it.
Yeah, finding intimacy in your relationship, regardless of whether you're at the beginning of the relationship or you've been together for decades. You always need to work on it.
I really dig that. That's cool.
No, you're making us thinking.
I know, really. I was
We're
literally
like,
like,
oh,
oh, okay.
Well, you know what? I love the idea that you actually look on people as your inspiration to write that blog or book. And that actually comes with our topic, first impression. Like, you look at them, hey, they're fighting, but, they have a really good sex
Right.
life. That makes me jealous.
Well, because Maria doesn't have a sex life, kind of. So,
Oh, it's that kind of show.
But then I had too much. So we're both trying to
our
come to
secret
some
and
normalcy.
Two Hot Chicks, remember?
Oh, we
you
have-
guys have to watch Two Hot Chicks to
Okay,
find
you
that
have to
out.
watch Two Hot Chicks to
Yeah.
find out who's
Yeah.
having sex and who isn't.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's tomorrow's show.
Yeah. You make me laugh.
I think we need to keep a spray bottle around. So, like when I spray our kittens because they're climbing in my cactus, I'm going to start spraying you
When she's not.
for not having a throat lozenge. She'll be back. Or she won't. I don't know. We'll find out. So, she mentioned that you do acting. What have you done? Like, what kinds of things do you act in? How did you get started? Like, what's the yumminess of it all?
I do theater, television, and movies.
Nice.
Most recently, I just wrapped my scenes for a
Stop
short
cracking
film
me
called
up.
Wild Within. They're still filming, but I wrapped my scenes Saturday.
Nice.
My last theater performance was as Cleopatra in Caesar and Cleopatra. We were all set to debut on March 15th.
Oh,
And they shut it down that day.
Oh
Oh,
no!
no.
March
All that
15.
hard
Yeah,
work.
the Ides of March for Caesar, you know. And then the
Dang.
pandemic hit, and so we had to shut that down, but we
Right.
did end up filming it so that people could see it.
Nice.
And so while
Okay.
it's disappointing that we didn't get to have a live
Live
theater
audience,
performance and a live audience, a lot more people were able to see it because we recorded it.
Nice. That's fun. Things kind of have a way of working out, at least a little bit.
Right. I mean, there
You
are
know,
pros
somehow.
and cons, and you
Yeah.
know, if I had to choose, if it's a theatrical performance like that, I would rather do it in person. I mean, if I'm going to do the theater prep, I want the theater performance,
Right.
because it's a different kind of prep for theater than it is for film. So if I go through the effort to do it for theater, I want that immediacy of the audience's reaction. I
Right.
like that.
Right.
But, you know,
The
people
energy.
who are not in Las Vegas were able to see this. We had an
Nice.
international audience, you know,
Aw.
Wow.
That's so fun.
How long you been an actress?
since 2017.
2017.
So you're brand new to it.
Yeah, I'm relatively new.
What made you decide to jump in and start grabbing that kind of stuff?
That book that I'm shopping right now, I worked just a regular office day job.
Right.
I wrote in secret. I didn't tell, I told only
Aw.
my 3 closest friends, you know.
Okay.
And the book is about a woman who has this crappy office job and
Right.
and she becomes
You know,
an actress.
standard, right?
Right. She becomes an actress. And so after I had completed the first draft, my boss came to me and said, "I'm so sorry, we cannot pay you to work here anymore. We just can't afford it. I'm laying you off, but I know this actress and model I think you should meet because I think you'd be really good at that."
Oh.
Which is just really weird. It was like God just said, "Hey, you know that thing you wrote about? I think you
Right,
want to do it."
right. I think you just wrote that into your your
So-
future.
And it, along with so many other things that I've written, have actually manifested into my life. So much so that some of my friends and family are like, "All right, if you base anyone on me, please be very, very careful about things like this." Or,
Right,
or
right.
maybe you could write me winning the lottery, you know?
Right. Just make sure it's prosperous somehow.
Right.
That there is that happy ending that you don't always
Yeah,
guarantee.
and it's like, are you sure you want to be in my story? Because if
No
there's no
doubt.
tension, if there's no problem, it's not going to be entertaining. So
that's really fun. I just watched a movie recently where actually, oh no, okay, it's the actually Gossip Girl, where he started writing the book. Dan is, I don't know if you guys watch the Gossip Girl.
I haven't
no?
seen it.
I know.
Yeah, and then one of the character start writing a book. He become a book author, and then he start writing about his friends, and they got mad at him.
Oh.
Yeah, so yeah,
Did he at least change the names?
yeah, he changed the. No, they actually like the people. His friends are the big people in New York, kind of thing. They call it Up New York or something like that, and yeah, it's crazy. It just actually came
You have
up.
to be careful if you're writing about people you know.
Well, you have
Change
to
the
be
name.
careful if you're doing jokes about them too, because I've used my escapades in comedy, and then when I was talking to the gentleman that gave me the heart to heart, he was like, "And Tab, you're out there on stage talking about your escapades, and the people are in the audience," and I'm like, "Oh, so somebody is watching and paying attention. Maybe I should slow down." So yeah, like when you start bringing, and you all know they have pet names. You know, it's not like I use their real names, but inside they're cringing as I'm speaking.
Yeah.
So I guess, you know, it's upsetting at times for others. I thought it was hilarious, but not everybody has, you know, that lacks sense of humor that I do. So I don't know. I totally hear what you're saying. They're like, hey, let's
Just be careful. But
right.
Also,
You have to be careful.
I win the lottery, okay?
Right. You're like, I write it into every book that somehow I hit a jackpot. Perfect.
So we're talking about first impression, and I like what we're talking about right now because it goes to the first impression. It's more of the impression actually, not first but impressions. how important to you guys to give a really positive impression to other people?
Do you mean strangers or do you mean professionally?
Okay, we can actually start with profession and then we can go to strangers. How's that?
So professionally, I think it's extremely important.
Right.
Because,
There's
I
no
mean,
other option.
I know it's cliche to say it, but you only get one first impression, and that impression is going to stick with the people, and it may be the difference between whether you get an opportunity or not. I mean, if there are two people who are level,
neck and neck,
but this one had a good first impression and this one didn't, it's going to be this one, because the person making the decision is going to go with their instinct, and I think the impression that you give will steer that instinct.
Absolutely.
If you make a good first impression when you go back to these people, I mean, let's say you audition for the same director over and over again, and maybe you don't get the part because you're not right for the part, but you go in and you nail that performance, you're good to the people in the waiting room, you're kind to the people who work there, they're going to view you as someone they want to bring in. So this impression is going to stick in such a way that they are expecting good things from you.
Yeah.
And it's really, the onus is on you to screw up that impression.
And it only takes 10 seconds to actually put in our first impression. 10 seconds.
Right.
Okay. So
Yeah.
within the first 10
10
seconds, you're
you
saying
can-
they
yes.
will have already come to a conclusion.
And
Yes.
in some cases less. I mean, if someone walks into a room and they're super
Yes.
loud and they're just tripping all
Oh,
over
that's so
themselves,
true.
and you're like,
That's
in
so
2
true.
seconds, you're like, all right, I want to be elsewhere, you know?
Right.
That's true. That's true. 10 seconds or less. Let's change the 10 seconds.
She's
How
like,
about
I
this-
read something that said 10 seconds, but
Yes.
we're going to say 10 seconds or less. I hear you.
Yes. All right. So how about the strangers?
With strangers, I don't want to be off-putting. You know, I don't want to give them a negative impression, but I'm not really as concerned with making a good impression because I don't have any. I probably won't.
There's not a
interact with
vested
them.
interest
Right.
in whatever their life is.
I mean, I don't want to be obnoxious, and I don't want to intrude on their space or their
Right.
time, but I wouldn't say I put any effort into making an impression with a stranger.
How about you? Because you're.
I'm a little bit different, huh?
Go ahead.
So absolutely, professionally, you absolutely have to. Like there's, when you go in for a job interview or whatever it is you're doing, you absolutely have to. But I actually, with a first impression, for me, I like there to be some energy work as well. So I like there to be a good feeling surrounding me. Like I don't like to go in feeling confused or out of sorts or whatever. Like you kind of have to like shake that off at the door and then go in with a different presence. But I actually have learned that there are so many people or connections or somebody that knows somebody in Vegas that I try really hard to, even if I'm just going, you know, on Wednesday nights to Chonkla's or whatever to do what we do and watch comedy. I kind of always like to lead with a certain presence, you know, energetic and fun-loving, peaceful, but also kind of the life of the party in essence, not necessarily in a whole bunch of actions, but just in a presence of energy, because I've just run into people that I didn't even know who they were, but they were pretty important, you know, and that was a good connection to have. So even, I don't know, just when I walk into places where, not like if I walk into a restaurant with a girlfriend or something, of course I'm not worried about everybody else, but when I go to a show or something, regardless of what it is, I'm like, yep, this is kind of like showtime, you know, you're just, not that you're misrepresenting yourself, but you want to bring out the qualities that you want people to be aware of, I guess is what
Well,
it is.
you always have that, a positive appearance every time you walk into the door.
I love that. I love that.
I seen that from the beginning. That's why she's here with me now.
That's why she's here with me.
Since the day that I met this woman, it's just like I keep on calling her. I become a stalker.
And she and I are completely different. Like,
Yeah,
don't
totally.
think that the silliness that I do has any reflection
It's totally-
on my friends or whatever, because they
We're
don't do what
totally
I do.
opposite.
Totally
Everything,
opposite with
opposite.
everything.
And see, that's really cool when you be able to actually deal with a person who's opposite as you. It's
Sometimes
just,
it makes a good partnership because you need someone to be this kind of person, and you need someone else to handle the details. You know?
So it boils down to she's using me for the show. No, I'm teasing. I'm using
know,
her for the
I know.
show.
She-
We're
I
loving
am-
each other for the show.
I am a user.
A user. She's like, I'm a user. She's not a
I don't
user,
see that in
but
you. That was not my impression of you.
Thank you.
good.
I'm
'Cause
glad.
it's
You know, see that's what I put out in there. I want a bad
My first impression of you is someone who wants to support people in the community.
Oh my God. I love it. Oh,
She's like,
I'm gonna cry.
That would be accurate once you get to know her. No, I'm teasing. No, she's really thoughtful. That's
Really?
true. Because
I'm not thoughtful.
Well, I mean, she's not thoughtful, but she's thoughtful nonetheless. She's thoughtful in her own way.
That's not true.
That is true. That is true.
See, that's
And
the first impression that I am putting out there is totally not me. That's, yeah.
that is not true, though. It is you, but just in a different way than, like, you're gruff and you like things to be a certain way and you like people to be punctual. You like to be able to count on them. You don't need a lot of fuss. You don't need a lot of communication. We've set a time. Let's be there. That's just what we're doing. But in all of those things that you're doing, and without liking the fluff, and without worrying about all these niceties, you are actually really thoughtful. So don't discount. Yeah, just accept it. Don't discount it. Just
Should I
like
say
it.
thank you?
Yes, say thank you. See,
that
she's
difficult
learning.
sometimes?
She's
To
learning.
just say thank you.
I was gonna say, I know that already.
See, right. But we're pulling away from that. We're just gonna say thank you.
All right.
But no, you are, because when I went with
Oh, this is
Mr.
this
Orgasm.
This show is for Tanya, not me.
Okay.
It's your show.
Okay,
now.
you're right. Go ahead. Lead us on.
So, anyways, there's a show or there's a movie coming up. Do you have any other movie? Do you want to talk about that this Friday?
This Friday is, an excellent example of a good first impression.
Yeah.
Because I met Tamia in a movie theater. I was there with my mother. I was not there as Tonya Todd. I was
Right.
just there as Tonya. And I really think this was 2017. It was. I was just tiny baby getting started in the industry.
Oh, you're still like a baby.
I was part of, or I still am, but at that point I was a member of Henderson Writers Group. They had just started this, or they were about to start this event for authors called Dime Grinds, where authors come and they share their work and tell their stories, and then they sell books.
That sounds fun.
And because they had been so helpful to me in, revamping my book and helping me figure out what I'm doing as an author, I volunteered to be the person to coordinate this new event.
Nice.
So we're sitting there in the theater, and my mother, who is very friendly and talks to just anyone, starts talking to Tamia, who happens to be sitting in the same row, and asks her about the book she's reading. And Tamia is reading her own book.
Wow.
And so
That's
it's
awesome.
like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm too scared to talk to people at this point in my life. And it's like, all right, I hear you. I get what you're telling me to
Right.
do, God. Would you like to present your book at my event?
Nice.
And so that's how I met her. I didn't know that she made movies. She didn't know that I was an actress.
Right.
It
It was just a thoughtful
Right.
conversation.
And she was at the May Dime Grinds for 2017. And that is how we first interacted. And then one day I had this audition. It was one of those auditions where you cold read. You didn't have the part. You didn't have a chance to learn it beforehand.
Right.
So I'm busy, my face is in the script, and I go in, and it's Tamia. And it's,
You're like, hey.
Hi, I know you. know.
That's awesome.
Shout out to our beautiful friend Tamia Daw.
And so the film that she's premiering on Friday it's a short that, fingers crossed will lead to the feature film. And I'm part of the feature film. I'm not part of this short film, but I'm part of the feature that she's hoping to make based on this very important topic.
Because I see,
That is so cool.
On the flyer, I saw your face, I believe.
Because no, it's not my face.
it's not
That's
you?
Lindsay.
Oh, okay. I'm
Lindsay
sorry.
Perez.
I thought it was you.
I get that sometimes.
Aw, you guys are similar.
Yeah, I was
There
like,
are
hey,
worse people that I could be
Tanya is
mistaken
right
for.
here.
She's beautiful.
Right?
Yeah, you are beautiful, and
thank you.
But anyways, yeah. So you are. What do you mean by feature, and you are not in the short film? Can you explain that?
Feature film is just, it's a longer film that it's going to be like 70 minutes or longer. And this is a short film based around the story that's for that feature.
Oh, gotcha.
And so that film is being debuted on Friday. So I'll be at the premiere for that, but I'm not in that film. I'm just part of the project.
Oh, so you will be okay. Oh, so now I have to go. I'm gonna be.
I'm learning a lot.
I'm gonna be actually what do you call that? I'm invited. Thank you, Tamiya. Yeah, so I'm gonna be on the. Do we have a red carpet?
She said there's a red carpet.
Okay.
I believe Ninan's going to be there.
Okay, that's what I was asking if Ninan, but I didn't text Ninan. Hi, Ninan.
Right.
So it's gonna be. What's the title of the movie? Do you remember?
Oh, it's something love.
I'm so sorry,
and I don't
Tamiya.
remember.
My phone is
Well.
right there. I know I have the thing, but yeah. But anyways, Tamiya is gonna be on our honeybees next week. It's gonna be domestic violence.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's
okay.
that's the topic of the film.
Are you trying to get me to stop hitting people? I'm teasing. Oh my gosh. You said
you
it was
ever?
domestic violence.
Yes.
And I was being
Oh,
sarcastic.
okay, there you go.
I
was like,
don't actually hit
I didn't
people.
get that right away. You know, it's second language. You know,
Okay, somebody thinks she's a comedian, but clearly I'm not today.
and I get
Well,
away
it's
with
domestic
everything.
violence awareness.
I know, right?
Maybe not the month to
She's
make that
like,
joke.
that was a little bit of a too serious topic for that. But no, I hear you.
Oh, but you're gonna be here, right? I'm gonna come to your house and make sure you're here.
6 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay. Because remember, clearly last week I had timing issues, but now we're doing 6 o'clock in the evening. So our time is changing, and it'll be good for you.
Changing. Starting next week, it's gonna be 6 o'clock all the time.
Pacific time.
Pacific time, yes.
And I'm sorry,
Standard
my
Time.
class is at 7. My acting class is
I
at
know.
7, so 6 I just couldn't
Oh
do
well,
that.
whenever you come down, we're gonna move it down.
Do you not live in Vegas?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I hear you.
Yeah.
She means like literally come down the street
Yes.
to the show. Okay. I gotcha.
Well, anyways,
gotcha.
where they can find you, our viewers, where they can find you, where they can find, say again, where they can find your blog or your book or whatever
I'm
you're writing.
on social media at
Yes.
Ms. Tonya Todd, and my website is www.mstonyatodd.com. That's Ms., not Miss. And the blog, or the website is split into author, actress, and Sin City Cinephile. That's the blog right there, Sin City Cinephile, and you can see the different topics there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Do you have any last words before we go?
Thank you for having me on the show, and remember, make a really good first impression because you never know who's watching.
Yes.
That's for sure. Goodness.
But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in on today's show. We have a show tomorrow too.
Hot
Chicks. It's gonna be at Chanclas Cantina. Please come and see us in person.
What time are we going to be there?
I'm gonna be
'Cause
there early. Remember, I
Right.
told you.
Okay, that's
And
what I
then
was wondering.
also, I have actually a show tomorrow. Let's Talk World with Rob Garrett, and it's gonna be Enchantis Restaurant. It's an Italian restaurant by Durango. So please stay tuned on that as well. He is the. Okay, I am